Now you can start, sir.
Okay, sir. Good evening, one and all. On behalf of Shri Kumarswami College, Ausa, which is run by Shri Mahant Swami Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Ausa, I welcome all the participants who have joined this international webinar from all over the country and from different parts of the world. Shri Kumarswami College, Ausa, has been organizing national and international webinars for the exchange of knowledge, for the enrichment of knowledge, and for the upgradation of knowledge, and also for the intellectual discussions after the keynote speech. And all these things could become possible because of the tireless efforts of respected principal Dr. M. Betkar sir, who is the chief organizer of webinar series and chairperson of today's international webinar. So first of all, I welcome him for this webinar. Today we are very lucky, very fortunate to have keynote speaker Honorable Shanthi R. Ma'am from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. She is going to enlighten all of us about the topic team transformational coaching. She will describe this concept and clear all the aspects related to it. I am elated to welcome her for this international webinar. After this, I welcome Honorable Organizing Committee members, Vice Principal Dr. S.D. Misal sir, Ravindra Karanje sir, Praveen Udge sir, Dr. Patwari sir, Dr. Wadkar sir, Dr. Dhole ma'am, and IQAC coordinator of college, Dr. Sanjay Kale sir. Now, I do not want to remain in between the keynote speech, and so I would like to invite Dr. Dhole ma'am to introduce today's chief guest and keynote speaker, Honorable Shanthi R. ma'am. Dhole ma'am, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, one and all. You are welcome to this grand national webinar series organized by Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya, Ausa. Firstly, I would like to thank Honorable Principal and Chief Organizer of this webinar series, Dr. Betkar MM, for giving me an opportunity to introduce resource person on this virtual platform. A many big thanks to organizing committee members. Those are supporting like backbone of this series, and many special thanks goes to all the respected participants who are joining from all over India and out of India, and they are making this series very successful series. So it's my pleasure today. I am here to introduce resource person. Today's resource person is respected Shanthi R. Ma'am, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Title of speech is Team Transformational Coaching. Shanthi Ma'am is a director, Mind Ministry, Malaysia. She is speaker, trainer, mental health advocate. She is internationally renowned corporate and life coach. She is NLP master practitioner. She is AHA faculty member and one of the leading healthcare facilities in the Middle East, possesses the strongest skills of lecturing, training, mentoring, teaching and coaching various categories of healthcare professionals. She is graduate in psychology and helping others to feel good about themselves personally and professionally. She is involved in various volunteer activities as a support system and mental health advocacy for sexually abused children for the past 12 years. She had started as one future focused life coaching, high impact behavioral change coaching, transformational health coaching, and relationship coaching. And then she expanded leadership and rapid team alignment coaching. She gets a boost of energy when she realizes her actions have positively influenced executives and leaders. So, with this introduction, I would like to request today's resource person, respected Shanthi ma'am, please start your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. Shall I address you, Anita, or shall I address you, Dr. Anita?
Okay,
Dr.
ma'am.
Anita, Dr. Anita.
No problem. Dr. Anita.
Dr. Anita, thank you so much for such a wonderful, awesome introduction about me.
Welcome, ma'am.
I would like to say thank you to Dr. Betkar as well for inviting me to be the resource person today. And on top of that, all the persons who are involved in organizing such a wonderful knowledge sharing event as such. And on top of that, for my availability, Dr. Betkar actually changed today's session to 9 p.m. India time, and which is 6:30 p.m. my time. I really, really appreciate that accommodation because of me. He managed to change this. And I would like to say thank you to all of you guys who are participating at these hours, especially 9 p.m. in India. So thank you for all of you guys for today's time. And then, as what you read just now, Dr. Anita read that I'm a mental health advocate, and today is World Mental Health Day, 10th of October. So I would like to wish all of you World Mental Health Day. On top of that, with the pledge that we all need to be kind to ourselves, not only today, but every day. Attend to all our mental, emotional, and emotional health, along with our physical health as well. This is because I'm a mental health advocate, and I really, really, really appreciate the World Mental Health Day today, right? And let's see, what am I going to talk about today? Prior to that, I would like to share my screen. And is my voice is clear? My voice is clear, yeah?
Yes, very clear.
All right.
Just you click on arrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
I'm there, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So as what you can see here, Dr. Anita actually did a wonderful introduction about myself. So I'm going to forward this PowerPoint presentation. Let's see, what is team transformational coaching? This is what I am going to talk about today. Prior to that, we all want to know what is coaching all about. Yeah. So the ICF defined coaching as partnering with client in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspire them to maximize their personal and professional potential. So we're not going to advise the client, or we're not going to mentor the client. What we usually as a coach we do is we partner with the client and then make them provoke their thought to find a solution for their problem. Many of you may think, does coaching work? Yeah, there are a lot of recent surveys done shown that coaching does work. According to the ICF Global Coaching Client Studies, coaching does work. The study shows most client reported, improved work performance, better business management, more efficient time management, and increased team effectiveness due to the coaching. And also the same study found that coaching client noted greater self-confidence, enhanced relationship, more effective communication skills, better work and life balance. And also there is a lot of improvement and wellness. And I would like you guys to listen to someone who experienced coaching.
My name is Luis Velasquez. I've been in healthcare for about 20 years now. I've been in management position about 10 years, actually probably a little longer, over a decade. And we're always talking about team building, being aligned with the organization, being aligned with your teammates. What many people don't see and understand is that to build a team, to build a successful team, there's a lot of undercurrent that people don't see on the underneath. They only see the successful parts on the top. And so what Shanthi coaching does is she brings everything together so you get to see what's most important in order to build a successful team. Because it's not just about being on top and winning, it's about being on top with your teammates together at the same time. See, a successful leader doesn't just lead by example, he brings along his team with him. And they all become leaders, they all become winners. And this is what you get when you get Shanthi's coaching involved in your organization. There's so many.
So as what you can see, this is Mr. Luis Velasquez. He was from America and he went through coaching process for his team. So he had some discrepancies with his team and then he approached me for some coaching advices. And after the team went through the coaching process, which called team transformational coaching. And he came back and told me the feedback. And now we wanted to know, what is team coaching all
My name is
about?
Louis.
What is team coaching? Team coaching is one of the fastest growing disciplines in the coaching profession and is becoming increasingly important in organizations, including private corporations, government agencies, healthcare setting, and non-profit organizations. Since I am an American Heart Association Training Center faculty and I work closely to healthcare professionals, so all my videos and most of my coaching processes are with regards to healthcare professionals. Watch this video and this video will show you the focus of all of this team member is the patient safety. But how this whole of team work together to one goal, which is patient safety.
You're putting your head first.
Oh my God, it is happening. All right, move run 3, 1, 2, 3.
Come on, people, let's get our clothes off. Let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, that's her.
You know what she took?
I don't know. She just went into the medicine cabinet. We've got a lot of stuff around.
You have no idea what she has taken. I'm on a drug screen right away. 2 milligrams of Narcan and an Ampathy 50.
Want to pump her?
Yep. Why don't you call Neuro, call the nursing supervisor. Did you call it family?
I don't know her family. We were only roommates 3 weeks. Why'd she do it?
Doesn't matter why she did it. We don't ask that about any other OD that comes through these doors. We don't ask it about this one.
So as you can see in this video, you actually notice all different category of healthcare professional are there. There are doctors, there are nurses, respiratory therapists, there are other healthcare professional are there. But all their focus work together as a team towards the patient safety, to save that one life. So, to define and guide this growing discipline as team transformational coaching, ICF Credential and Standard has released the ICF Team Coaching Competency Model. Because we may come from different culture, we may come from different background, but we all want to have that one goal-focused team. So ICF has created ICF Team Coaching Competency Model. This model will form the foundation for the development of a specialty designation that will enable coach practitioners to set themselves apart in crowded marketplace and demonstrate their value for organizational purchases of coaching. So let it be hospital, let it be healthcare system, let it be universities, let it be corporate setting, let it be any part of business setting. We all want a strategic team. As a leader, definitely we all want a strategic team. So how do you make it success? How do you make your strategic team a success? You want your team coaching empowers teams to work towards continued high performance and ongoing development, requiring innovation, flexibility, adaptability, and goal alignment, all traits that coaching helps support. ICF's team coaching competencies model provide a clear, concise definition for team coaching, which is partnering in a co-creative and reflective process with a team on its dynamics and relationships, in a way that inspires them to maximize their ability and potential in order to reach their common purpose and shared goals. This model is designed to build upon and integrate with ICF core competency in team coaching context. So there are 8 competencies which created by ICF team coaching, which is called as ICF team coaching competencies. Competency number 1, demonstrate ethical practice. So ethical is a big, huge topic. So how do you demonstrate your ethical practice? You coach as a client, team as a single entity. You may have 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 person in your team where you're going to coach. You're not going to coach them as one individual. Instead, you're going to coach them as a team and as one entity. How are you going to do that? By setting a clear goal. Give them a clear goal. This is what the team is going to achieve. And then you coach them in a way as a single entity. Then you're going to maintain the distinction between team coaching, team building, team training, consulting, mentoring, facilitation, and other team development modalities. You need to find out and you need to actually know what exactly coaching is and what exactly mentoring, team building, facilitation, and all those, because they all are not same as team coaching. Demonstrate the knowledge and skill needed to practice the specific blend of team development modalities that are being offered. So you do have to demonstrate and knowledge and skill needed to practice. By asking the team a question, are they achieving their goals? And what is stopping them from achieving their goal? So all those we need to demonstrate and we need to find out the knowledge and skill needed to allow them to practice the specific blend of team development modalities. Adopts more directive team development modalities only when needed to help the team achieve their goal. So again, adopt more directive team development modalities only when needed to help the team to achieve their goals. So make sure that the team, when you coach the team, they are work closely with their goal. It's always very essential for the team to have a journal. Am I achieving the goal, or am I diverting from the goal? Maintain trust, transparency, and clarity when fulfilling multiple roles related to team coaching. Again, in any partnership we are doing with our client, we do have to maintain the trust, transparency, give them honest feedback, constructive feedback, and be clear when fulfilling multiple roles related to team coaching. Now, competency 2 is embodies coaching mindset. Engage in coaching supervision for support, development, and accountability when needed. Always make sure that engage in coaching supervision for support. Support system is essential in coaching. So we do have to develop and create an accountability with the client when needed. The client needed to definitely have accountability to the goal which they are setting. Remain objective and aware of team dynamic and pattern. So team dynamic here. Make sure the client communicate with each other. Make sure that they have a good team dynamic pattern. Competency number 3 is establishes and maintain agreement. Explain what team coaching is and not, including how it differs from other team development modalities. Most of them mistaken consulting with coaching, mentoring with coaching, advising with coaching. In coaching, we don't advise the client. All we do is provoke their thoughts by asking them questions. Make sure that we go deep and then ask them more questions in order for them to realize, to find out what exactly the problem is. So we don't advise the client as well. Partners with all the relevant parties, including the team leader, team members, stakeholders, and any co-coaches, to collaboratively create clear agreement about the coaching relationship, processes, plans, development modalities, and goals. Partner with the team leader to determine how ownership of the coaching process will be shared among the coach, leader, and the team. So make sure everyone is involved, because the problem not going to be only a few team members involved. If we have any conflict, any issues, generally the leader, team leader, stakeholder, all of them will be having some part of involvement. So make sure all of them involved in that, and then we can do the coaching. Competency 4, cultivate trust and safety. Cultivate trust and safety. As you can see in this picture, it's a picture which taken few years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago, pre-COVID. And it's a team which I worked with before. And it's a wonderful team where you can see different culture, people together from different parts of the world where work together. How we can work together as a team? By cultivating trust and safety. We all need to have a trust and safety in order for us to work together. So create and maintain a safe space for open and honest team member interaction. Promote the team viewing itself as a single entity with a common identity. Foster expression of individual team member and the collective team feelings, perception, concern, beliefs, hopes, and suggestion. Encourage participation and contribution by all team members, partners with the team to develop, maintain, and reflect on team rules and norms. Promote effective communication with the team. It is very essential to promote effective communication within the team. If you have something happen, if you have some conflict happen, make sure that you have effective communication to resolve it. During that part where the heated argument or conflict happen, you may not able to express, but give it 1 week, 2 weeks, or maybe 3 weeks. Then later on, sit and talk to your team. Partner with the team to identify and resolve internal conflict. That's what we spoke earlier. Always partner with the team to identify and resolve internal conflict. Competency 5, maintain presence. How do you do that? Uses one's full range of sensory and perceptual abilities to focus on what is important to the coaching process. Uses a co-coach when agreed to by the team and sponsors, and when doing so, will allow the team coach to be more present in the team coaching session. Let's say you needed to listen to somebody. Be present in listening. What usually happen, or what generally happen, is when we listen to somebody, we don't listen to them to find out what exactly the other person going through. We will listen to someone in a sense that we want to reply to them, but always be present. Try to understand verbal, non-verbal cues where they are giving to us. Encourages team members to pause and reflect how they are interacting in team coaching session. Moves in and out of the team dialogue and as appropriate. Competency number 6, again, come back to listens actively. This is one part where I really like about listens actively. How do we listen actively? Notices how the perspective shared each team member relate to other team member views and the team dialogue. If we are working together as a team, every individual will have opinion. Every member of the team will have an idea. So how do you find out that all of them have perspective? By noticing how the perspective shared by each team member relate to other team members' views and the team dialogue. No matter any opinion they can have, their opinion can differ from one to another, but make sure the final part is going to benefit the team's goal. Notices how each team member impacts the collective team energy, engagement, and focus. Notices verbal and non-verbal communication pattern among team members to identify potential alliances, conflicts, and growth opportunities. We do have to notice verbal and non-verbal communication pattern. Usually, what we're communicating is not only mode of communication. There are body language which is not being communicated verbally. So these are all we have to pay attention to it. Models confident, effective communication and collaboration when working with co-coach or other experts. Encourages the team to own the dialogue. Competency number 7, evoke awareness. Challenges the team's assumption, behavior, and meaning, making process to enhance their collective awareness or insight. Uses questions and other techniques to foster the team development and facilitate the team's ownership of their collective dialogue. So, as you're going to watch this small video about the Salem Health camera, where this camera was captured, I think, April 17, 2012, it will show you how focused a team can be when they wanted to or they are so committed to their goal. This camera actually is a surveillance camera which capture the real life ER doctors, nursing staff, and all the healthcare professionals, how they saved this patient's life.
If it wasn't for this team here at Salem Hospital, I'd be dead.
61-year-old John Juris of West Salem started sweating and felt chest pains the morning of April 4th.
I just had a weird, strange feeling that something was definitely wrong. I remember telling her I need to get to the hospital.
He never goes to the doctor. And when he says he needs to go, don't question it.
John's girlfriend, Janet Carter, decided to drive him to Salem Hospital. She felt his heart stop beating when she pulled up outside the emergency department.
I was laying on the horn and realized nobody could hear me, so I had to get out and go in.
Janet ran by Ola Yost, a trauma nurse who was just starting her shift. Yost noticed another nurse, Hattie Lowry, plus an emergency department technician heading outside.
I didn't know what was going on, but she looked like she was in a hurry. So I ran after her, and immediately she yelled for a stretcher for me to go grab a stretcher. You could hear in the tone of her voice that this was a serious situation. CPR is just one of those first things. You got to keep that heart pumping to get the oxygen flowing to his brain. She was performing using the seat as a backboard and performing against the seat. And you could see the whole car moving while she was doing that. Once we had enough help, we got him out of the car and right onto the stretcher. As soon as I jumped on top of him and started performing CPR, that's when it really slowed down. It was very slow motion, seeing him and looking at how bad he looked at that time, and just knowing that we need to get him into a room fast.
There were so many people responding to his situation. It was incredible.
Emergency physician Jeff Hemstreet was part of the team that spent 45 minutes trying to resuscitate Juris as his heartbeat returned and then faded several times.
He was breathing on his own, clenching his teeth, and that's a sign of brain function. And this was a ways into the resuscitation still. His heart wasn't beating, and he required some medication and energy to restart his heart. He was able to be taken right to the catheterization lab immediately following his resuscitation. Things definitely aligned in his favor. To be at a hospital with an excellent emergency department staff that was very skilled in his resuscitation, immediately followed by a cath lab available around the clock. I can't believe to see us sitting upright talking. To see him with his new lease on life, that's really a gratifying moment.
It's amazing, absolutely amazing to me, what they have done for him. Thank you doesn't even seem enough. But yeah, thank you.
Absolutely a miracle what they did for me. I owe them all my life.
So you guys can see that whole team. What impressed me so much is that nurse who jumped out on the stretcher. And whilst they are pushing the stretcher in and she was doing compression, CPR was going on, and then they finally saved Mr. John. And it was amazing to see how that whole team so focused on the goal and saved this patient.
If it wasn't.
Competency 8, facilitate client growth. Encourage dialogue and reflection to help them identify their goal and steps to achieve those goals. So whenever we make sure that provoke their thoughts and then they go through all the steps, we have to encourage this dialogue and reflection. It's always important for us to have that self-reflection. When we do something, end of the day or end of the session, sit and do the self-reflection. Why is this happened such a way? How this can be improved? It can be any issue. If we do self-reflection, we may and we usually come up with a lot of solution. And finally, when come to self-reflection, encourage the client to do the self-reflection, and we help every individual of the team to identify their goal and improve themselves. How do they improve themselves? By them doing self-reflection for themselves. Watch this short video, which was done by Mr. Joe M. Joe M is one of the staff member I worked with, and he's from New Zealand. And he approached me few months ago in order to find out, or in order for him to find a solution for his personal life problem. So once he went through the coaching, and then he came back to me, he says, it was so beneficial. And he did self-reflection, think about it, how he managed to solve the personal problem he had.
Hello, my name is Joe Mormon. I'm a clinical instructor that works in one of the biggest hospitals in the Middle East, and I've been in healthcare for 10 years now. I approach Shanthi coaching.
Sorry for the administration. Sorry, sir.
With
dear this
a work-home balance. And so I approached Shanthi, and she gave to me a very popular tool known as the Wheel of Life. Now, what Shanthi brings to the table is she actually provides that tool, and she also gives you her own personalized kind of help. She walks you through it, and she makes you realize how you see things from your own filter, often with a lot of biases, and she helps you break down those biases. So you get a very, very real picture of your situation. And then she works with you to set realistic goals. And with those goals set, she will actually schedule time with you to make sure that you follow up and see where you are in the future. So you can see real progress, and you can also see what things you need to improve on. So she's a very, very comprehensive practitioner as a life coach. She really makes sure that you know exactly what you need, where you're going, and how you're going to get there. And I wholeheartedly recommend Shanti's coaching, and hope she can help you the same way she's helping.
So as you can see, when we encourage self-reflection, and that will help every individual of the team to identify their goal and improve themselves. End of the day, the idea of coaching is to improve someone else's life, personally and professionally. And on top of that, it's not only for someone else's, it can be self-coaching. Maybe I may go through some kind of conflict, or maybe I may go through some kind of issue, but I can do some self-coaching for myself as well. If I go through self-coaching, I can also sit and do the self-reflection. And whenever we sit and do the self-reflection, we discover a lot of things where we would not even think about in the past. So that end of today's coverage of all the things about team transformational coaching. So I had covered the definition of coaching, what is team coaching, on top of that, what I see as team coaching competencies. Now to end today's session, again, go back to World Mental Health Day. Because I'm a mental health advocate for healthcare professional, and on top of that, I'm a mental health advocate for sexually abused children and domestic violence victims. I've been doing this for past about 12 plus years. I've been working in Bombay. If you guys know a place called Kranti School in Bombay, so I've been working with the team for some time. That is specifically for sexually abused children. So the overall objective of World Mental Health Day is to raise awareness of mental health issue around the world, to mobilize effort to support of mental health. The mental health of frontline health and social care professionals during the COVID-19 pandemic is an issue that interests me on World Mental Health Day, which is today. So qualitative study of health and social care workers experiences views of psychological, support during COVID-19 pandemic disclosed that the COVID-19 pandemic has placed a significant burden on the mental health and well-being of frontline and health and social care workers. They need to support frontline professional has been recognized. The result of this study shows that one-size-fits-all approach to providing support is unlikely to be helpful, and that rather a systematic approach to support, including peers, organization, professional support is warranted. Nevertheless, the system of support needs to be coherent, consistently communicated, and easily accessible to all frontline professionals. Remember, you are not alone. If you are a frontline healthcare professional or a frontline social care worker, you are not alone. We are all in this together. We are here for each other. And I'm going to end this with the pledge that we are the support system for each other. Thank you very much for listening to me today and spending all your guys' time, right? And if you guys have any questions,
Thank
you
you,
guys
ma'am,
have any questions, yeah.
for your excellent speech on team transformational coaching. You have explained it very well. Also explained 8 competencies which are required as a team to work with the same goal.
Right.
So I am thankful to you on behalf of organizing team. Now, after the keynote speech, the topic is open for session. Topic is open for discussion. So I request all participants and audience, if you have any question or doubt, you can raise it before Honorable Ma'am. Please, participants.
Hello. Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah.
Very nice you have decided for the team coaching, how to.
Thank you.
Any difference between the personal development and professional development in relation to team coaching, and how to manage this like one group and one person of our organization contributes our other group, maybe some cultural differences, etc. How to do this? Thank you. A small.
I couldn't hear clearly. I guess you are trying to say is to improve, to put in a little bit more extra information. Is that right? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Dr. Vidya?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Because I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
about the big. Yes, ma'am.
I couldn't hear you clearly. Dr. Vidya?
Yeah, I'm repeating how to solve the issues like conflict between the one group of the members of our organization and with the respect and with the help of team coaching during these pandemic situation, like we are unable to maintain, and other is if we are doing the team coaching, 2 things like one is economical issues. Some persons are suffering economical issues, and some maybe psychological issues. And which factor is most influential? That only economical financial crisis and philosophical ideas important during the conflict management.
Got it. So you're trying to say that we should include like psychological aspect, and then we should include financial or economical aspect. Is that what you're trying to say, Mr. Vidya?
Yes, ma'am. How to solve the
Yes, yeah, ma'am.
conflict between two groups? Like this, he is saying that.
So if you have
Yes,
conflict
yes,
between two groups, I got it. So we may have two teams, two different teams. So one team are having conflict with another team. So how are we going to solve that issue? Is that your question is?
Yeah. You're correct.
All right. Usually what we will do is we will do the coaching individually to different team. So let's say team A have a conflict with team B. So we do coaching with team A and then rule out and find out what exactly the issue is. And then we also coach team B to find out and rule out what exactly the problem is. And then we will sit and talk with both of them together. If they are able to talk to each other, because not every team is capable to communicate and talk to each other if they have major conflict. Yeah, but that we will do it in a leadership coaching. So it will more to the leaders' involvement, and then it will be leadership plus team coaching together. Because I am doing team coaching for today's session, so I only did the team coaching part. All right.
Good evening, ma'am. Shanthi, ma'am.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm Neha. And I would like to know from you. Actually, my question is, if there are conflicts or ego issues or emotional imbalance issues like that in the same team, sometimes it happens, even though they are team, sometimes they erupt, right? So how do we resolve such issues inside the team? Thank you.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful question, Neha. Thank you for asking this. Actually, when you have like ego issues or personal problem, and then it's going to be a conflict. Again, when a leader or a team member set a goal for the team, it's needed to be team focus. So one whole entity of the team focus. But yet, if you have ego or someone with ego issue or what, and you need to address this or identify this. This is why very essential for us to be present when we coach, and also to understand someone's non-verbal communication. Somebody may be very happy and don't really show it, but their action will definitely show. So we have to be present and understand, and we need to find out if that specific team member need life coaching. Because sometimes at the end of the day, let it be team coaching, leadership coaching, or any of them, the foundation is their life balance is not right. If you see the last part of the video where Joe M. Kabamungan was explaining about his life and personal life and work balance was not there, this exactly relate to this question. And then he needed that life coaching in order for him to get back to the team.
Yeah, thank you, Shanthi ma'am. We think that means we have to transform from I to we in everything to get success.
Absolutely, right.
And transform ourselves for the better, healthy competition so that we can move ahead in your life. Competition should be there, but it should be healthy, along with the in brackets of we, right?
Absolutely, right.
Thank you. Thank you for answering my question.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi. Actually, you can.
Hello.
You all direct me as Shanthi. Don't need to say ma'am. You can call me Shanthi.
Okay, ma'am. Hello.
Still, ma'am. Okay.
Actually, we are used to, as we are in educational profession, we are used to call sirs and ma'ams
Call
as out
someone
of
as
respect. Right.
Right. Thank
We
you
are
so
used
much
to
for
it.
that. Right. So, Dr. Woman, is that Dr. Woman would like to ask?
Vaman Rathod, sir, please continue your question.
हेलो
Hello.
एक्चुअली मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है मैम हाँ
Please.
हेलो
Ask me.
हेलो मैम टीम लीडर में हेलो आवाज आ रही है ना मैम
Yes. Go ahead, sir.
I'm listening.
Hello, ma'am. Team leader at the aggressive and assertive and passive.
Team leader?
In fact, ma'am. Team leader. Assertive and passive. In fact, ma'am.
All right.
Karad, sir, will you please translate this connection?
I actually don't get what is the question is.
If team leader is asserting all like questions, he is just saying about the three words. Vaman Rathod, sir, please explain, repeat again.
He wants to ask that whether the team leader should be assertive, and he has pronounced the other word. I didn't get it.
So is he trying to ask, is the team leader supposed to be assertive? I would like to know assertive is how assertive a team leader can go. Is the team leader going to be like leadership in the past is different than the leadership now? They co-lead. Even the team member and the team leader, they co-lead that whole team. So I would like to know, leader need to be assertive in what concept? May I know that?
राठोड सर, आपण हिंदीत बोला, आम्ही मॅडमला इंग्लिश मध्ये सांगू. आपको क्या कहना है वो हिंदी में बोलिए, हम ट्रांसलेट करके मैडम को बोलेंगे. वामन राठोड, if he is not in network, then we will continue this for asking next one.
Is there any question from anybody else? I think there is not any question or doubt. And Vaman Rathod sir, network is not good, I think. And so we can't communicate with him. I thank Dr. Vidyasagar sir, Neha ma'am, Vaman Rathod sir, who have actively participated in the discussion session and got very apt explanations and answers from Shanthi ma'am. Now after this fruitful and meaningful discussion session, now it is time to listen the respected Principal Dr. M.M. Betkar sir, his concluding speech, his concluding words. So I call him for concluding words. Please, sir.
Thank you, Professor Karad sir. I am audible?
Yes, sir, yes.
Thank you. Today's resource person, we always say thanks to Shanti and ma'am also. And all the my organizing committee members, including Prakash Karad sir, SD Misal sir, Vice Principal, Anita Dhole, Dr. Anita Dhole madam, Dr. Dayanand Patwari, Dr. An Wadkar sir, and I am seeing on the screen Dr. Jamuntrao Kadam sir, Sri Ughade sir, Also our supervisors, Karanje sir, Udge sir, all my the participants from my college, other college, and from all over the India. First of all, we are very thankful to you that today you accepted our invitation and joined here as a keynote speaker.
Thank you.
Especially, it is a coincidence that today is 10th October and it's the Mental Health Day. We accept your wishes and we give you wishes also on the same day because you are working in that field. Also, you are working for the sexually abused children's, mental retarded persons, and the team in which you have joined are, and doing serving all the society for the society. It's very appreciable, and this work should be continued in future. And we hope you do very successful in this field. It's need of the
Thank you.
society that someone do like this. What videos you have showed, they are quite appreciable because they were shooted on the perfect scene and giving so much nice and useful message to all. So your PPT presentation timing and all the literature collected by you and with your experience, you kept this session very lively to all my participants, those are joined here. And your answering questions and examples were very nice. And for every team leader and for every team, how we collaborate and how we do keeping in goal in our mind, how we do work together very successful. You have given all this knowledge about it. Thank you, madam, for your nice presentation. And in future also, if you have new issues with you, then you can share with us. We will again invite you on this dais. Thank you, madam. Thank
Sure.
you, Shanti, madam.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And thank you for each and every one of you in this room for sparing this almost 1 hour, I guess. Yeah, almost 1 hour of your precious time. I don't know, maybe 10 o'clock, maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock, or almost 11 o'clock. Thank you so much for spending that time with me, listening to me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Doctor, and the organizing team as well.
Please stay for a second for a formal thank you from our organizing team.
Sure.
Now I am here for vote of thanks. First of all, I thank Dr. M. Betkar sir, respected principal of our college, for his concluding words, for his appreciation, and for his studious comments and suggestions about the keynote speech. I also thank Honorable Shanthi ma'am for her informative speech, illustrative speech, and she told us that how I can become we when work as a team, and how we should focus on the goal, and how we should get perfect results as a team, and all aspects were cleared. So I thank her heartily for such a wonderful speech. After that, I thank all the participants who have joined this webinar and made it a success. And also they join every day punctually and regularly. So I thank them. I also thank all the organizing committee members for their continuous support for webinar series. And before leaving virtual platform, I would like to request all participants, do not fail to fill feedback form so that you can get your certificates. Please fill feedback forms. Thank you very much. Uh, Thank you all. Good night. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Prakash.
Welcome, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. So, can I say bye?
Yes, yes, yes. You
Yes,
can take.
ma'am. Yes.
All right then. See you guys.
Enjoyed the
See you
session.
guys. Yep. Nice meeting all of you all. Bye.
Thanks a lot, madam. You given
Thank
your
Sure.
valuable time here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.